Hi, my name is Kathy Fosno and this is Kat's Creative Corner. Welcome to Tuesday's card. Today we're going to be making this cute little red pickup card. I think it's a little bit country and I think any man would love to get it, or a young lady who's also a little bit country. I'm going to be using this new stamp set, Country Livin'. It has the truck, it has a guitar, and it has some boots, and I just think this is adorable, and I'm going to be using this a lot probably. And I'm also going to be using the Best Birds set. I'm going to be using the Happy Birthday from the Best Birds set. You're going to be needing a piece of Whisper White, cut it 5.5 by 11 and scored at 4 1/4. And then you're going to need a piece of Whisper White, cut it 3 3/4 and 5. I think it's 5. Let me just check that for us. Yes, 5. Okay. I love my Stampin' Trimmer because it has the measurements right on it. And then a piece of Real Red, cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to be using the truck, and we're going to be using StazOn ink. And I'm using StazOn ink because I'm doing a little bit of blending as I stamp. Not a lot, but a little. And I'm going to put it a little towards the bottom, not completely at the top. And there it is. And I might as well do my Happy Birthday while I'm already doing it. And that goes right at the top up here. Uh-oh, that wasn't good. That's why you have two sides. Let's do that whole thing again. That's why you don't glue down your project. You don't get it taped down until you're done. Because if you have to turn it over and start over, then you can. You have a whole other side. Get that paper off. Don't know why it did that. But I know what I am going to do. I am going to use my piercing pad so that I have a little cushion. Because this is a photopolymer stamp. And I'm just going to put my Happy Birthday, and then I'll be done with my stamping. There you go. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to use our Stampin' Up! Markers. Now our markers don't come individually any longer. They come in sets. They come in each color group. So you can get all 5 of the in colors for each year. You can get those 5 apiece. And then the other ones come with the subtles, the regals, the brights, and the neutrals come in their own count of how many's in. I think it's 10, but I could be wrong on that. Okay, let's put our ink away so that we don't get it on our card. StazOn is a good black ink that you can use because it doesn't smear or blend into the colors when you're using a little bit of moisture. And I am going to be using the blender pen in just a few minutes. But I'm going to color with the garden green. I'm going to be coloring the grass, and I'm just going to do the little brushes and the little strokes that come on the stamp. I'm just going to fill those in a little bit and color them. It's supposed to look a little wild. You're not going to have this truck on a mowed lawn, are you? You're going to have it out in the field. I love this truck. Reminds me of growing up. Now, I grew up in the Bay Area, so very city-fied. However, it was very rural when I first moved there. But I was born in Merced, California, and that's all farming country with cows and country fair and all of it. And I have very fond memories of going back there. My family's a lot of my family's still there. And I'm going, in fact, the first week in August, I'm going to be in Merced visiting family. And I'm really excited about that because I only get to see them maybe once a year or twice a year. And we also get to go to our favorite place to eat Chinese food. The Chinese food is different than what you get nowadays in a Chinese restaurant. There's a place called Hong Kong Cafe, I think is what it's called, and it has crispy noodles that come in like a nest, and then they put the chow mein over the top of it, and it's like a gravy over it with the chow mein, the chicken and the vegetables. Oh, it's just to die for. If you ever get a chance, it's on G Street in Merced, California. Okay, I'm going to use Real Red to color in my truck. Now, I don't use Copic pens. I don't have Copic pens yet. So my coloring isn't a real blend of colors, but Stampin' Up! Stamps put enough shadowing in that you really don't need to do. I'm going to have to turn it around just a little bit. You don't really have to do too much blending if you don't want. You can just follow the lines and just kind of make it darker in certain places. Okay. It's hard for me because it's upside down. So I'm just going to turn it around a little bit and color it. So I'm really excited. I have a cousin. He's my dad's first cousin, and he lives in China, and I believe he's a teacher there. And he's home for a visit in Merced, and he's going to be at my other cousin's house when I go visit. So I'm really excited to get to see him and find out what he's doing in Merced and how long he's going to be here and just everything. I just think it's really neat that he goes there to teach people. I just think that's an amazing thing to do. Yeah, trucks this old shouldn't be perfect, so I'm going to leave that light clean. I hope it's not boring you watching me color. It shouldn't take too much longer. Our blender pens are really nice. They have two sizes. They have a pointy end so that you can do penciling or wording if you need to. And they have the brush end so that you can color larger spaces. Okay, is that about it? Nope, need to come right down here. Okay, now I am going to use basic gray to color the tires in because, well, let's see, let's do the handle first and the headlight, or what do you call those? Oh, that's just the mirror probably. And then these are the headlights, and I'm going to color those also. And I'm using the pointy end because these are a little bit smaller areas. But anyway, you don't want to use black because it's very harsh on something like this. So if you use gray, you get the idea, but you don't have to have that harshness. Okay, I'm going to also color the tires and the hubcaps. I don't figure they had very fancy shiny hubcaps out in the field like this. I did color the gas tank that they had sitting on the step here. I colored that green. I colored it Wild Wasabi, which I use a lot. You guys know I like that one. Okay, I'm going to just color in the headlights. And then I'm going to use just a lighter, the smoky slate for the windows, just so it doesn't look vacant. It can still be glass windows, they just, you can not see through them as well. Okay, now we're going to use soft suede, and I'm going to color in the back. Okay, now I'm going to take my blender pen, and I just wanted to work around this a little bit, just kind of give it a worn look in places. Be careful though, this isn't watercolor paper, so it can make your paper curdle or come up a little bit, bead, if you're not careful. So I want to do these tires. Just blend it, and then I'm going to, all you have to do when you're doing something like this is take your ink, your brush, and just wipe it, and it'll come clean. And then you can do, I'm going to do the grass and just kind of blend it. See how it turns the grass? It just kind of gives it a blended look. Okay, so there's that. Okay, now I'm going to take, and I'm going to use my rhinestones, and I'm going to use my Sharpie, and I'm going to color with my red Sharpie. I'm going to color 3 rhinestones. And you have to use a Sharpie. You can't use our markers for this because our markers are water-based, and you need something that's not water-based. You need something more permanent. Now, my piercing tool I still haven't replaced, so I'm going to use my snips because it has a nice little point that I can lift those up. Okay, now I'm going to attach it using my snail adhesive. Oh, I forgot we had to turn it over. See there? You never would know. Okay, and I'm going to attach it to my real red piece. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of linen thread, and I'm going to wrap it around about 3 times. What I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to put a piece right there of my snail adhesive, and I'm going to stick my linen thread to it, which will hold it in place. And then I'm going to wrap it around 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to come back around and stick it back on the back again, the other end. And now I have it on there. And then I'm going to take and double my linen thread, and I'm going to tie it in a knot around the 3 strands and get it through the hole. So I have the knot, and then I'm just going to cut to where it just gives a little, it's kind of like making a bow without making a bow, I guess. You just make a knot. So your card is almost done. We're going to attach it. I don't think we used our, I'm going to set this aside. And I'm going to use my bone folder to crease where I, at the 5, that's 4 1/4 is where I creased it. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to go right over those threads so that it sticks to those 2. I'm going to tape to the back, and I'm going to attach it to the cardstock right in the center. And there's your card. So we have 2 cards just alike. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my website, to my YouTube channel, and that if you'd go on over to my website. My website is catscreativecorner.com, and you can go there and get complete written directions and the supply list for making these cards. Thank you for stopping by.